I realized you go higher, you go even more alone. Why? Because nobody is willing anymore to invest their energy in going higher, because it's becoming more difficult. They say, oh, it's already okay here. Why you still want to move up there? The air is getting thinner over there. It's getting more hard to breathe. It's getting more dangerous, whatever. So that means along this way, the higher you want to go, the more likely you're gonna walk alone. This is the next thing. Along the way to mastery, you walk the way alone.
There is a period in everybody's journey where they are so different because they've started to do new things that they no longer fit in with their old set of friends. But they're not sufficiently developed that they've gained their new set of friends. And all of my friends are taking the piss. Oh, not drinking again. Too good for us, are we? Not going out again this week. Oh, okay, well, like, enjoy staying in home and reading. And that lonely chapter that's in the middle is something that I would say almost nobody that I've ever met who has gone from a place where they are to a place where they want to be hasn't gone through.
Dedication, hard work. Dedication, hard work. I'm a one-man army. One-man army. The world can go against me. I'm still coming on top. I got God on my side.
Every ambitious person who wants to do something in their life or has done something in their life has gone through the exact same chapter you're going through right now, and it's the lonely chapter. It's the chapter where you don't fit in with your old friends, but you don't have the achievements to fit in with a new group of friends. And you're doing everything you can, the free tutorials online, you're reading everything you get your hands on, you're going through it and you're thinking to yourself, like, is this going to be worth it? Is this actually going to work? Because you're seeing no signs of success. But the signs of success are the hate that you get along the way.
It's difficult to grow if you cannot handle loneliness. It's the questioning of what to do next, this type of loneliness. Okay? And the more you want to move on, the more you spend time being lonely. This is like the type of loneliness like I'm also referring to. Some people might get it as loneliness means it's something negative. No, it is what it is, lonely.
This lonely chapter thing that I keep harping on about is just such an unseen problem that a lot of people face. If you imagine personal growth or growing as a person as kind of like being a rocket ship taking off from Earth, and you're moving at a particular velocity, and there's other people around you, and some are ahead of you, and some are behind you, and some took off at the same time, and you're moving along, but if you start to overtake other people, you end up leaving them behind. And this isn't a value judgment about who's better or who's worse. It's simply that the language that you use to communicate to these people and the things that you've got going on in your life and the type of challenges that you're facing are at the altitude that you are at. The challenges that they're facing are just fundamentally different because the altitudes have changed. So one of the problems that you have is if you're a very quick moving velocity, you found people after you improved yourself and now it looks like you're going to break through another time. That's something difficult that you're going to have to let go of. It feels like survivorship bias. You're leaving behind a group of people that maybe you grew up with. It's a price of doing business, cost of entry to growing quickly. This is what every single Rocky training montage gets wrong, which is Rocky never doubted the direction and the path that he was on. He just doubted whether or not he could get there. That's not the way that personal growth happens, in my opinion, at all. You are filled with uncertainty. Is this even working? I have no idea if there's glory on the other side of this. It's the process of the lonely chapter.
And that's what's painful, is that it takes more effort to start in the beginning, and more people are right about the fact they're like, hey, you're not going to hit it big. And guess what? A month in, you're not. But they're only measuring on months. And at 6 months, you're also not going to have hit it big yet. And they're going to be like, I'm still fucking right. And at a year, you're still not going to have hit it big. And they'll still be fucking right. And every day that you haven't hit it, they're going to feel like they were right. But they're wrong. Because they're measuring in days and you're measuring in decades.
This isn't for the masses. This is for those who want to leave normal behind. Those who are in search of a new realm. It's a lonely journey. You're isolated. Those who used to keep pace with you will fall off. They'll see where their world ends and yours begins. Your ability to suffer, endure, outwork must be greater. You must be willing to extend yourself to the limit. No guarantee of success. Every day, you must ask yourself, did I do enough? Stay hard.
I was happier being alone with myself and be with me instead of just being caught up in the chaos of me. Only besides, like I'm talking about for my whole career, for fighting and stuff, I never really worried about how people was going to treat me, because no matter whatever situation I was into, I was always Mike. I always came out with my head up. I didn't hide from nobody. I'm just always Mike. If I got $1 billion, I'm Mike. And if I got $2, I'm always Mike. And so being that, I don't care about anything. I worry about anything. And that's who I am. With money or without money, I'm Mike.
It's when I was on my lonely path where I was too different from the friends that I had, but not successful enough to be friends with the people that I wanted to be friends with. That's when you want people to root for you. That's when you want people to support you. Once you've already won, people are like, he's amazing, he's so good. But like, that's the time when you need it the least. And so you always have to be the person who roots for you before everyone else does. And it's usually a single clap in the auditorium for a very long period of time. It is a slow clap that's just you rooting for you. People struggle to do things alone. And the path of the exceptional person is one of an exception, which means that you are not with other people.
I've trained 99% of my life alone. No one pat me on the back. I did all of the work alone. And while I'm still hard on myself, I know what I did. So whenever times get bad for people, all this, who's gonna carry the boats and love, that's real. I hate that people know me for that guy, because that guy is not every fucking day. Like when they see me, they want that energy. That's not me every day.
Did you ever have a lonely chapter during your trajectory?
Looking back, I would say I did. Look, I had some wonderfully fun and healthy and honest single years that became sort of structurally tangent. It was fun. Stayed on the surface purposefully. I kept it there. They kept it there. But I would still have many lonely nights when a man lays his head on the pillow. No matter who was in the bed, I was sleeping with me. Felt like many times I was in neutral. Didn't have something that I was building towards and chasing relationship-wise, even career-wise at that time. I got through it fine. I didn't go overboard and overindulge and didn't get dangerous with my health or anyone else's. If I'd get the blues, I'd be like, open your eyes, bro. Look around, man. You kidding me? Take your time. I would say, ultimately, I was lonely in that time because I knew it was a stop, not a stay. And I knew I wanted more career, relationships, etc. But I wasn't really fully committed to the wherewithal, the identity to go actually chase it and go, I know what I want. I want to live a way to attract that.
Where is all the energy of the human being going? It only goes in this direction because it feels comfortable. Security. Insecurity is nothing. Uncertainty is nothing that you feel comfortable with to deal with it. Well, what I'm saying is, this and that, they belong together. There is no way out. And the earlier you start to realize this, the more real your view about this existence, about your life becomes. And what it means is you start to appreciate way more what you have right now, instead of running around starting to chase some things over and over again, to afterwards realize you come alone, you go alone. Very simple.
No one's coming back to help me. So it starts with that person in that mirror. You have to realize you are on your own now. And whatever else you believe in, I don't care what you believe in, but on earth, it's a very lonely journey. And it starts with the accountability mirror.
Entrepreneurship and even personal growth is training yourself on how you respond to hard. Because in the early days, hard was, ooh, stop. This isn't good. This is a warning sign. This is a red flag. I should slow down, or I should stop, I should pivot. But the more I think about it as a competitive landscape, as I'm clear on what this path is supposed to look like, and these rocks and these dragons are things that I'm going to have to slay along the way to get the princess or get the treasure, I get happier about the harder it is because I know that no one else will follow.
It's a selection effect.
And I think if you can shift from this is hard to no one else will be able to do this, then it flips from being this thing that you're like, oh, poor me, to, oh, poor everyone else who's going to have to fucking try.
Yeah.
And I think that is so much more motivating as a frame for the exact same circumstance. I started thinking like every day, I was like, I hope I don't wake up. You know what I mean? And that was the thing where I was like, this is a big enough problem that like, if you don't want to wake up, then
what have you got to lose?
Exactly. And that was it. And it was like, I have nothing to lose. And that was when I think in the last podcast we talked about this, where it's like, if everybody who's like at the bottom and feels like they have nothing going for them, reframe that as, I have nothing going for me, which also means that I have nothing to lose by taking action, it makes you a much more dangerous person.
Just get up, move towards that challenge, whatever that challenge is. Move towards that challenge and go attack it. And you may be successful and you may not be successful, but you will be better.
Yeah. Goggins said this in the episode with me, and it gave me chills when he said it. He was like, it's so easy to be successful nowadays because people are weak.
Yeah.
Everybody's weak. Dana White says it as well.
Yeah.
I tell my kids, it is so easy. If you are even a like weekend savage, you will run these kids over.
Yeah.
We don't rise to the standards we have when others are watching. We fall to the standards we have when no one is watching. The only work that really matters is the work that no one sees. It shows you who you really are rather than who you say you are.
You got to do it alone. You got to do it broke. You got to do it scared. You got to do it when you don't know what's going to happen. You got to do it when you don't feel like it. You got to do it even when you're nervous. You got to do it even when you don't have the answers, because you'll figure it out as you go. You know, that's the secret to manhood. That's the secret to life. No matter who you are, you'll figure it out as you go through this life.
The amount of discomfort that you need to go through to become someone of note in any field, whether it be sports or academia or art or creativity or poetry or pickleball, whatever it is, right? It requires such a massive activation energy that most people have more pain than they do love in life. And pain is a significantly more potent fuel. I think that that's what gets people over the line. Now, the people that have longevity, I think actually pivot. I think that they use what they have in the beginning, which is often, you know, a mean parent, bullies in school, being an outcast, not feeling good enough, whatever kind of mental or social or whatever setback they went through, some previous trauma. They use that as the activation energy, and then they transcend and include that, and they get themselves into a place that is more positive moving forward. A lot of the things that we value in ourselves as we grow up are the light side of something dark that we're not a massive fan of. So for instance, mine or anybody else's ability to work in solitude, to be able to take risks and go do stuff on their own. Well, that's the other side of being lonely as a kid. Like, I learned that through spending a lot of time alone, but it's one of my superpowers now. You can put me anywhere on the planet with an internet connection on my own, and I will just put my nose to the grindstone and I will get shit done. And I will get shit done until 3 a.m, and I will get up and I will go and I will do it again, and I won't stop. But that's born out of me spending so much time alone as a kid, which I didn't enjoy. And I wish that I didn't have. But if the price that I have to pay for the skills that I admire in myself today were the pains that I had to go through previously, I'd happily pay that price again.